Here, we'll drape that around Kate in just a few minutes. Okay, so hey, welcome to our Sunday Disciples. It's going to be a special Sunday Disciples today. And I love the fact that these things always catch my hearing aids and my glasses and my as we go through the Sunday Disciples, we're actually encouraging people to join in with us in a special journey to Bethlehem that we're preparing. Now, it's not going to be a hard thing that they get to do. We are looking for households to participate with us, to just be filmed. During this week would be a great time because we're going to put it together in a way that we can partially live stream it, actually put it onto a video so that people can take an adventure of going to Bethlehem as part of a worship experience during this Christmas season. And it's like a walking tour. Yeah, it is actually like many of you may have seen Stations of the Cross during the Easter season, well, especially at Good Friday, where you walk to the various stations of the cross, or you have them presented to you, and it's allowing you to meditate. Well, we're kind of calling this Stations of the Nativity, to recognize how the Nativity takes shape with us. And we want people young, and we want people old to share with us. And we're going to have 4 stations around here. And once again, we're asking you to film with us, and we have costumes for you. You will be able to film as a household, and you'll be able to be safe. But we figured that people can come through and see it. We'll make sure that they come through in a safe way and are able to participate. And they'll go on this journey to Bethlehem. First, going through a welcoming area where they could connect with their phones to our hopefully to our webpage and take the journey to the various stations of the Nativity. The first station that they would go to is going to be actually way before the birth of Jesus. It's the station of the prophets foretelling about Jesus. Now, we worked on this a couple of weeks ago, didn't we, Judy? When we were coming. Come on in with me. Actually, 2 weeks ago is when we did the prophets. And we talked about the prophets. We're explaining about they were explaining about the family tree of Jesus. And guess what we have here? We have a big family tree. I don't know if the tree is able to make it into the picture. Is the tree coming on the picture, Amy? Okay, I have a walking tree. Okay, the tree is now huddling into the picture. It is a big family tree, and we're going to have the prophets. And Judy, you may want to read the verses that the prophets, and we'll ask for 3 actors to be the prophets, pointing to the various names on the family tree, while we hear one of the passages from Jeremiah.
The days are coming, declares the Lord, when I will fulfill the good promise I made to the people of Israel and Judah. In those days and at that time, I will make a righteous branch sprout from the family tree of David.
That's a good one. I think there was another passage from Isaiah, wasn't there?
Mm-hmm. A shoot will come up from the stump of Jesse. From his roots, a branch will bear fruit. The Spirit of the Lord will rest on him, the Spirit of wisdom and of understanding, the Spirit of counsel and might, the Spirit of knowledge and fear of the Lord.
Okay. And then there was that little passage from Micah. Yeah. That points to the journey towards
Bethlehem. But you, Bethlehem Ephrathah, though you are small among the clans of Judah, out of you will come for me one who will be ruler over Israel, whose origins are from of old.
Now, our
from ancient
prophets
times.
who will be here could point out some other names, and then people will be able to see them on their journey to Bethlehem. They'll be able to see some other names like Abraham and Sarah, and Jacob, and Isaac, and
Hannah.
Rebecca. We'll have David up there, but this looks like it's the branch that is the branch that would have the family of David, and ultimately Mary, Joseph, and Jesus. So that family tree is kind of important. And then people will be pointed to the second station of the journey to Bethlehem. And here they're going to meet up with, who are they going to meet up with in this second station?
They're going to meet up with an angel, Gabriel,
Gabriel, okay.
visiting Mary.
Visiting Mary, okay.
Will be the mother of
so
Jesus.
like I said, we will have costumes for people. I think we could put Mary here. Oh, Kate. Why don't you grab that? And you could stand over here.
Do you want to practice pantomiming with somebody else reading off screen?
Yeah, I think that would be good. Let's pantomime. Let's pantomime with somebody else acting off screen. So you get to come over here.
So this is how it will kind of be if you're someone who's being an actor with a
I won't
family.
say anything, but I'll be the angel Gabriel coming to Mary, and she has to act. We can direct how she's supposed to act.
So it was that God brought fulfillment to the prophet's word, as the angel Gabriel was sent to Mary of the family tree of David, announcing the gracious news. Mary, did you know that your baby boy will save our sons and daughters? The angel said, Greetings, you who are highly favored. The Lord is with you. Do not be afraid, Mary. You have found favor with God. You will conceive and birth a son, and you will call him Jesus. He will be great and will be called the Son of the Most High. The Lord God will give him the throne of his father David, and he will reign over Jacob's descendants forever, and his kingdom will never end. And Mary said, How will this be?
Now, you're going to have to turn to the camera to do that, Mary.
The angel then replied, The Holy Spirit will come on you, and the power of the Most High will overshadow you. So the Holy One to be born will be called the Son of God. And Mary said, I am the servant of my Lord. May your word be fulfilled in me.
So we can act that out. Nice job, Mary. Okay.
Good impromptu acting without warning.
Even veiled, even veiled. And I think during this we'll have some background music that would also enhance the experience. We will coach everybody on how they can act out. So we want a good Mary and Joseph. Oh, excuse me, Mary. We want a good Mary and Gabriel. I wonder who they could be. I could think of a couple families right now that it would be good if they just enlisted and we'd film them and they'd be done.
And
in
Gabriel
fact,
could have some other angels join.
oh,
Yeah,
Gabriel
too.
could have
So,
an
yeah.
angel host, or even have some younger angels right around them. I think
Right.
that would be.
Right.
That's a good idea. Okay. Yeah, and Mary could have some other people in the background too. Now we're filming all this over at what we call the pergola, right by the garden area of the church, the little area that could look like a household. And people will have taken the journey and come from the prophet's station, and they'll come over to that household of Mary and see on their screens in some way the story of Mary and Joseph, but they'll be able to also participate in the scene itself, just to see that station of the nativity, and maybe be able to concentrate on how is this life, this birth of Jesus given for me. And there will be some Christmas music. That will be some of our familiar carols that will enhance the experience so people can actually worship with us. Now let's see, Judy, I need a little bit of help. What's going to happen then? They have to get from Mary's place to where?
All the way to Bethlehem.
Okay.
And we're going to need a donkey in the meantime.
I think we got a donkey coming. We may even have a llama, a lamb, maybe a couple of other animals that would be out here.
A calf.
Yeah, and that would be an experience for people to make the journey to Bethlehem. I think the journey to Bethlehem is going to take place out here in our yard. I'm pointing to the south side of the church, and then they'd come up the ramp, and as they come into the newly refurbished church, they'd realize that the church itself is set something like the nativity scene of Bethlehem. I think we're going to move the altar,
Right.
And we will have the tableau.
Nativity right back in here.
We will have the tableau of Mary and Joseph and the baby. No animals in here, right?
Oh, we have some.
Well, okay.
We'll make that decision later.
Maybe not live ones inside.
Maybe not live ones inside.
No,
Okay.
no.
But we do need help in just decorating so that as people are able to come in.
It was a
And
staple.
we intend to film this virtually too, or film it so that people can follow along virtually and take the experience and walk to the nativity, which is rather intriguing that this place that we have is an altar where Jesus, we remember that Jesus gives his body and blood. That's the sacrament. We're turning it into a different type of an altar in which we remember that the Word became flesh and dwelt among us, that Jesus became one with us. So it should be a sacred experience as people participate. Oh, wait a second. It's going to be even more sacred because we're going to have a couple of songs playing on the screens right here. What songs are those?
By our own children here at Family of Christ.
All right.
Away in a Manger and Silent Night.
Away in a, you know what? I remember those songs because I think we worked on them last week, didn't we? And now people can have their children participate just by watching the online experience. I think I'm going to ask Micah to come up and explain at this point the best way of having your child. Let's walk them through the experience of how do we get my child or me to be able to view this online, learn the signs, learn the song, and then film myself. So we're going to give you just a few seconds experience.
So the way that we're going to be doing this to make it most simple and easy for everybody is, should I scoot over? Oh, okay. Thanks, Amy. We're going to be having, we have the website, the Family of Christ Kearney.net website has gotten a somewhat of an overhaul. It's still a work in progress. But I uploaded to YouTube Judy teaching how to sing and sign.
Way in a manger.
And Silent Night, so that you can follow along and learn the signs. And then when you're ready to actually record, well, saints of any age, but particularly
I want to see Myron and Iola doing the signs of Silent Night, and I want them. I'll film them, so we can put them on.
There you go. Yeah. So I did put instructions on the page, because you don't want to have to come back to this video every time to remember how am I supposed to do this. But basically, I'll give you a really quick and dirty version of how to do this. You take your person who's going to be recorded. You find a well-lit area, you take your phone and you set it in a place where it's still so it can record them sideways because we want to make sure everybody's got it the same way. And then you have the person who's signing or singing put on some headphones so that we only hear their voice and not the recording. And then you record them singing and signing. And you could do it in one video or two. We could have those separate.
Silent night. Oh, I'm sorry. I wasn't hearing you because I had the headphones on. I was listening. Okay.
There you go.
Okay.
And then after you have your videos up or recorded on your device of whatever variety, you will put them onto Google Drive. And if you need any help with that at all, and I mean any help, we can help you. It's with help. It's really simple, and I've helped anybody from.
You can call Micah. You can call Pastor John. You can call Amy. Any of us would be able to help you. You can call Kate. Yeah.
Yeah. We've had people from people in junior high do it up to people well into their 80s do it. So you can do it. I believe in you. And then we'll put them all together into one video, into one song, and then you'll get to see and hear it.
It would be great if it was done before a week from Monday, so that we could have those videos pulled together. It would be easiest for us to pull them together. You know what? I think these videos are going to be special enough. Seeing our people sign Silent Night and hearing the song in the background in Away in a Manger, I would like to go ahead and use it for our Christmas Eve service too. Oh. More than that, it could be beautiful enough that we could encourage families that want to send something to their grandparents or to the relatives or to the friends, that we could make it into a package that they could send to others as a Christmas greeting in some way.
Oh yeah, we can do that.
Yeah. All right.
Because it's a different it's a different year, and it's kind of been a different Advent, and it's going to be a little bit of a different Christmas.
So that would be part 3, or actually station 3, where they come in and they see not just the nativity, but they see us participating and being able to express in the language of the angels. Well, the language maybe the angels use sign language too, as they said, Silent Night, Holy Night. And as people have a chance to meditate at Station 3 at Mary and Joseph, then they'll be encouraged to go out this door and go back over here, because they'll be greeted by shepherds who at first are just going to look a little bit tired and bleak, sitting out in the field out here to the north of the church, I believe. What happened to the shepherds? And we need some shepherds, a good family, or a good household of shepherds, It'd be great to have 4 or 5 shepherds, have maybe even have a sheep out there. I don't know. Yeah, we could. And the shepherds, it'd be best if we film them kind of at nighttime, or as dusky as we can, I guess. And what happens to the shepherds?
They are startled by a whole host of angels proclaiming the good news.
I wonder
Jesus
if, to
coming.
be safe, if we could have the angels proclaiming from the windows right here in the church out to the shepherds out in the field. And
we got all sorts of things we can figure out.
we could do all sorts of things. So we could use a household of shepherds and a household of angels. And
Or up in the trees. They could,
Oh, now wait a second. I don't know if I want them up in the tree. Okay. And, I think we're going to need a little bit of assistance just in lighting all this too, and doing some lighting, because we have to have some type of light that comes behind those, that provides the glory for the angels coming about.
We could use lots of lighted ropes and lights.
Lighted ropes and lights. Yeah,
that
we
way
could
we can
really
guide
use
people
those.
from station to station.
Okay. Yeah. We'll need some people that will help, help with guiding, helping setting up some of the decorations. So if you can help, I wonder how people could actually enlist to sign up. I wonder how they could. Oh, look, here comes Amy. And Amy, would you give us the multiplicity of ways that people could say, yeah, we want to be participants in this?
Absolutely. As usual, you guys know that you can email us, familyofchristcarney@gmail. You can get on the Facebook that we have, Family of Christ Carney. Message us. You can post on the page, comment even on a video. The easiest way, most of you have my number. You can text me, you can call me. You can even call the church and just leave a voicemail. There's just any way you would be easiest for you. Flock Note is our newest way that we're contacting people, and you are able to text that number back, and we get those messages too.
And you get the message if we text back on Flock Note.
And don't worry, it doesn't text everybody else, it just texts us. So
good.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about the time of it either, because it'll just ding on one of our accounts and stuff. So it's very simple. And then we just want you to reach out to us. Even if you think that there's a simple thing, like you said, help setting up, just being a participant in, the voiceovers or even the singing, that is something that's a big part of it. And then if you have ideas of things that would make things easier, or hey, I really have this lighting that would work well for you guys. So it's just a way for us to kind of come together and to do this and to give our gift to the community and to our congregation, in a way of us being together when we can't. So
I put into our newsletter just a little story that I know all of us have heard at Christmas time, that there was no room for them at the inn. And there's all sorts of stories about people that had to act out when they were in Christmas pageants. They had to act out the innkeeper and have to say, no room for you, Jesus, or, well, actually Mary and Joseph, but boy, you're pregnant, we need to get you a room. Here's your day to be able to say, there may have been no room, but that innkeeper was pretty creative, because he came up with a place where Mary and Joseph could be safe. And in fact, maybe the Christmas story invites us to hear, how am I called to be a participant in it? It's not about us just hearing a nice story. It's about us realizing we're always invited into this Advent journey, into this journey to Bethlehem, into the stations of the Nativity in some way. So we really would encourage all of you, any of you, you could participate in some way in our journey to Bethlehem. This is the week to do it, because we're setting up for a week from next Friday and Saturday so that things are online for people. We hope that this has explained it well enough to you that you could see the journey is going to go through 4 stations. We need some actors, and we have costumes. They're cleaned, and they are ready to make you look like an old prophet, or look like Mary, or the angel Gabriel. I'm not quite sure how he looked, or a flock of angels, or shepherds. And for you to be able to participate that way, just in acting it out, and we'll put it along with our script online so people can safely visit. We will not have living characters acting out as people are visiting on that day, but we do need plans to get all of the actors in place. And by the way, this will then once after this is done, this is not just a Christmas program that is done and finished. Once it's online for a long time. You will have something for you to be able to say and look at and say, I participated, I was on this journey to Bethlehem.
I think that's the biggest thing I hear when you're talking is, I know when we did things throughout the services over COVID and things like that, and the families got to participate and do that together as a family, I know that they enjoyed that time together. I know that they got to tell that story together, and I think that what a great way to be together at this time and build that memory with your children, build that memory with your friends or family, just with anybody in your household that you'd like to share that moment with. I guess I just think that any moment we can have right now that's cherishable, that we can share with others, that we can give that gift that we have, is important. So,
and it's a reminder, this is a great Advent devotional. We're asking that you, like that innkeeper, take a little time out of the busyness of your schedules. We know your schedules are busy. Take a little time to maybe sing the song and sign it that's on the website. and Facebook now, or to say, yeah, we'll act it out. It shouldn't take more than like about 20 or 30 minutes to act out the various scripts that we're doing, and we'll film you. Or to be able to assist with some of the Christmas supplies that you have that could help us in being able to decorate. But we want everybody to enjoy this journey to Bethlehem. And so I'd kind of like to close with a prayer, unless there's anything else. I think we covered most of it, but you know who to contact if you need any more information. As we say, gracious Lord, as we hear this story one more time, another Christmas story, it particularly impacts us as we see people that were distanced and were separated by so many things during that very first Christmas, and yet they found ways to be able to help each other hear the message, allow for this birth to happen, allow for the message to transcend the generations from the prophets. May we participate in this stations of the Nativity, in this journey to Bethlehem with joy. Be with all of us as we share in the journey in Jesus Christ. Amen. See you later. And our service will start in about 15 minutes.